Hello, we're back, and we've got what will probably end up being the last of the Matchboxes for a while. I apologize, I said we would get to some Hot Wheels here. There are quite a few Hot Wheels, but I haven't had time to even see what I've got in those. And I don't have a whole lot of new ones to show because I have not seen hide nor hair of an H or a G Case 2014 Hot Wheel case, so I don't have much to show. I'm either going to have to go back to buying cases or I'm going to have to drive to the next state to get any new Hot Wheels. So I'll be back in a second and we will take a look at these Matchbox, mostly Superfast cars. Okay, we're back and we'll start off with this not Superfast. This is a Lesney Cattle Truck. Got this one online. I bought this one just by itself. Had all of its little cows with it, which are hard to find. They're albino polar cows, evidently. That's why this cattle truck, that's how this guy makes his money. Breeds these white albino polar cows. So we'll put them in there. This little guy is in good shape. His little back piece works. And we'll get a close-up of the bottom on that. You'll see it just says Made in England by Lesney Cattle Truck. Next up, we've got a airport fire truck. This one's not too old and not really worth anything, but a cool one. These were these Universal toy cars, or who was the company that owned Matchbox at the time, made some real nice cars. And usually, you can tell by these wheels, that's when they had started phasing out the Superfast line of cars into the Universal toys. But well, airport fire truck, we got a Chevy Blazer from about the same era. This one's in real good shape, worth a little bit more money. It's a Chevy Blazer, so they tend to go for a little bit more. This one's in real good shape, from MB County. I don't know where MB County is, but evidently they've got a whole bunch of Chevy Blazers there because that's number 682. So next up, we've got a snorkel truck. If you've been watching lately, you know a lot of these have been coming through, and they happen to all be basically the same variation with the blue windshield, the fire emblem on the side, and the white snorkel truck feature, which will rotate. Here, I'll zoom out here so you can see it, but it will rotate so you can get your little guy anywhere that you want. A lot of times you see these with the snorkel piece broken off. There's just a little clip there that holds it on. But this was a popular model, so you see a lot of them, and the one I see the most is this one with the blue windshield, the blue lights, and that little fire emblem on them. Next up, we've got a white Pontiac, is what it's called. Pontiac Fire-Bird, but the name is Pontiac. This one I got in an online action. By the way, all of these did not come in one lot. These were all the ones that came in through the week that I had either bought singly or had bought a local car show here. This one I was excited to see because I don't see the white ones very often. And it's got the blue Firebird on the front, obviously. Red interior. Not really worth too much, but it's hard to find these in good shape. Kids really like to play with these Firebirds. You see a lot of them, but they're usually pretty smashed up. So, white Firebird. Next up, we got a Saab Sonett, or Sonett. I don't know if it's Sonnet or Sonnet, but Sonnett. And this one's an interesting one in that they did not make very many color variations on these. I don't know if it wasn't popular or if there was a licensing problem with it, but I think there's only a blue and maybe a purple, is it, of this one? It's also got some strange coloring. It's got an orange windshield, a yellow engine, and then this kind of light blue hood that opens up. So it's a pretty brightly colored car. I've seen a lot of these come through here in different lots, but they've all been just trashed. I restored one a little while ago just so I'd have one, And this is the best one I've seen, so I picked it up, or at least the best one I've seen for a reasonable price. You can buy anything online, but for a reasonable price, I paid $2 for it. So I was plenty happy with that. The bottom, I haven't been showing you the bottoms, I apologize. But the bottom is upside down. And the bottom is Superfast, Saab Sonett, made in England, Lesney, Superfast. Yeah, this was one of the original ones. Goes way back. Next we've got a truck, and I have forgotten the name of this one. It's the 4x4 truck, and they still make this model. In fact, they just released a white one in the new case of Matchbox cars that I haven't been able to find. This one I just picked up because I liked it. I don't think it's worth anything. I haven't looked. Blue windshield. It's got I can't tell what the interior is. Interior is black. And it's got Beach Patrol Unit 44. So we'll drive him off. Next up, a little Peterbilt. Dairy line. Just another one. I got this at a real good price, and it was in real good shape. So I picked it up. I don't think it's worth anything. I haven't had a chance to take a look in the price guide, but I don't think it's really worth anything. So, made in China. It's one of the more recent ones. But I like the Peterbilt cars or trucks. So, next up, news van. There are more of these than you could ever believe. And it must be one of the top 10 most reproduced models in Matchbox history. They don't all have the working gizmo up here at the top. This goes up and down, which is kind of a neat feature. I'm not sure how that really works in there. And this thing moves around. It's a little cattle prod on top. But Sky Television did look this one up. This particular one isn't really worth anything. And it's one of the more recent models. Next up, we've got Gruesome Twosome. And does anybody know what is exciting about this Gruesome Twosome? Anybody? Any hands in the audience? It's because it actually is a twosome. It has both of its engines. And I think in the very last video I made, I showed a Gruesome Twosome that came in just a few days ago. And its engines were gone. And this guy's engines just tend to go away. Either customizers or kids or something. Or maybe they're just not sealed in there very good. But this one, finally, I have a Gruesome Twosome that is a twosome. This one is worth a little bit of money, too. It's got the... well, it's gold. A lot of the Gruesome Twosomes were gold. It's got the purple windshield, which a lot of them have the purple windshield, but it's got the white interior. And there it looks pink, but that's the purple windshield. It's got the white interior. And this one is one of the more hard to find Gruesome Twosomes. So very happy to have a twosome finally. And next up we've got a Porsche 928 silver gray. There was a lot of these silver gray ones, so if you have one, it probably isn't this one because there was a ton of them with this same coloring. This one's got a red interior. I could not find any information on the amber windows, so if anybody can post down below if the amber windows are anything special. I don't think they are. Not many of these particular Porsches are really worth anything with these graphics. So the doors work on it. Always good, these Matchbox cars with their doors. It's got some condition issues, obviously. You can see the wheels, the front's been chipped up a little bit. It's been in some races. It's now racing at the county fair, I think. But so we got that Porsche. Model A Ford. This one, a tan. A little bit harder to find. I've got a lot of the green ones. And don't have any of the tan ones. I had a tan one as a kid. I don't know if it was this one or not. This one has the clear windshield. There. Tan upper body. It's actually a brown lower body. It looks black there. And but yeah, kind of an interesting model. There was something here I wanted to show you, and now I don't remember where it is. Oh, it was on this Model A Ford. Notice the wheels in the front. Those are 5 crown wheels. And they're called crown wheels because if I cover them all up, see, it looks like a little crown. So there's 5 little crowns there. And there are 5 crown wheels on the front and dot dash wheels on the back. And see, it looks like there's a dot and then a dash and then a dot and a dash. So it's got 2 different hubcaps, even though they kind of always look the same. But that guy's done. And then we've got kind of some little mutant guys here that were left over that came in the last lot and just didn't have a home, and they happened to end up in the same box. This is a Tonka, and I think it went to a there was a little 4x4 vehicle that went with it, and I don't know anything about it except it is a Tonka. See there on the bottom, Tonka. It says 1999. That's older than I thought it was. They're still making, I think, this exact casting and selling it. So it was a Tonka. I think it got thrown in because if you look at the old Tonka wheels real quickly, they look like Matchbox wheels. So anyways, he got thrown in. That one will probably go to my son. And then I got a Bywayman. I picked this up at the show. It just didn't make the last video. I had set it aside here to look at and forgot to put it in the last video. But this one's just in great shape. Not crazy about the pink, but I like everything else about it. And then last but not least is a Matchbox. And this is a premium series Matchbox, which you don't see a lot. We've got the box with it too. And these were sold in the, maybe not the 90s, early 2000s. Now I'm not sure of the date. Let me double check. These were sold. I don't have a date on it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure this date's not going to help me. This one says 92 on it, but I don't think that was 92. I think that was probably more recent than 92 for this particular model. They sold them in packets, so they sell them a lot like what you see nowadays with these, where they're sold in kind of a card form where they're sitting on top of the box. So the box, I don't think these older ones were sold in the box. I think they were sold kind of sitting on top of the box like this. But Matchbox took some of their favorite models and put rubber tires on them. So if you're looking for the equivalent of a super treasure hunt on the Matchbox side, it's probably the premium series cars. There you go, you can get a good look at it. They kind of pulled out all the stops on them, so it's got a real working ladder, lots of tampos, 6 real rider tires. I don't collect these so much. They tend to go for more money than I want to pay for them. But I found this one for $1. So for $1, can't beat it for $1. So I'll get it for $1 every time. So that will be it for this short little video, shorter than normal. Hope everybody is having a good day. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.
I'm wondering when. Let's drive down the hallway. Sweetie, you can't put the fast one behind. You're just pushing one of them. Honey. Okay, let's try it this way to help the white one. Okay. Ha 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 ha.